regarding what's been said and why we're where we are. Hello? Madam Mary Addah, can you hear us? Okay, looks like
I'm trying to get my Zoom camera on, but
we can hear you, yes. So please proceed with your thoughts.
Great. So good evening to all of you and to the panelists as well. And I believe that they have said it all. They've said it all. Our problem is the fact that our external audits have become firefighting mechanisms instead of putting in place very good mechanisms to ensure that whatever happens after the audit is done is validated. They tried it all. Again, we see a situation where the external audit is just a little percentage of what is supposed to be audited.
Hello, Madam
Mary Addah. Not more than 10%.
I'm sorry, Madam Mary Addah. And you're still here on Agenda on TV3. We're talking audits and whether or not individuals and institutions set up to ensure that we protect the public purse are actually the ones helping to drain the country of its resources. Let's go back to Madam Mary Addah to finish with a thought before we continue with the conversation. Ma'am, the line broke there. If you can finish with your thoughts, and then we'll continue with the rest of the panel.
Yes, Beatrice, I just wanted to add on to what has already been stated, that our audit system is such that it's not perfect. It depends on the type of audit being conducted. If it is the normal ones that are done every year, you realize that it's on a certain scale and a very small proportion that is being captured. And so the actual situation could be disastrous. As Jeffrey mentioned earlier, there have been instances where you hear some issues with even the audit and how it is done, which could be very disturbing. Again, we have seen auditors being cited for behaviors that are unprofessional because they go to the field and a lot of things happen. We are also in this country where we see a lot of different instances where some of these things go unpardoned, every day unpunished, sorry. And one of the greatest this service to the fight against corruption is...
Hello, Madam Addah. We'll have to get back to her, but I'm coming to you, Mr.
Thank you very much, Beatrice. I believe that we all are in agreement that there are lapses in the system. And we also agree that because there is a lack of sanctions and a lack of accountability in the system, people decide to take all of us for a ride and do what they want. One of the things I would like to conclude with is the fact that when you look at the Auditor General, the Supreme Court gave them orders on how to proceed with surcharge and disallowance regimes. And most of these that we are talking about should lead to recoveries. What is the Auditor General's office doing when it comes to these surcharge and disallowance regimes? I believe that we need to begin the advocacy on this to see how that is dealt with. Again, with the PAC, where I believe more accountability should be exacted, I continuously get disappointed because over and over again, the arguments that have been made are not tenable. Whether it is post-regime accountability or within regime accountability, for me, I think it's not a discussion whatsoever. What about what we are hearing now? We see a new government in place and we are hearing such dirty stories being told us. Are we saying we shouldn't pursue them because a regime is dealing with its own? Just like we've been talking about the Attorney General also being the Minister of Justice and it's making it difficult for him to deal with his own. That cannot be tenable for us. We need to chart a new path And the new path is that let's sanction people who intentionally create schemes to loot and then to share, which has been evident per some of the allegations the Attorney General is bringing out, and per some of the audit findings that have continuously come up. We have done studies on this, and we continue to share them. We've done show me the money over the years, and I can chronicle more than what you used in your introduction.
So
what we need now is to have sanctions, and we need to get people punished to dissuade others from wanting to do things.
So you obviously agree with the President and his recent meeting with the Chief Justice, Attorney General and Auditor General to have special courts to deal with such cases?
To a very large extent, even though I have issues with separation of powers when it comes to the judiciary, for now, the issues around how these cases take a very long time to resolve also need to be discussed. And for me, on that score, I believe that it was a very good meeting to have organized
to
deal with the administrative issues that are around the fight against corruption when it comes to the executive and the judiciary.
Thank you very much.